All right, I am recording. Oh, but that doesn't mean necessarily this is where we start, but just to have it started.
We'll start wherever we want, damn it.
Yeah, that's right. We're the masters here. Alex isn't here. He's the one who's supposed to be running the show. The
Ah,
monkeys are in charge now.
yeah, now we have chaos.
Yeah, chaos. I guess we should just do this, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So let's we have to at least appease Alex a little bit. We have to start like at least talking about wrestling a little bit before we get to the obvious, well, elephant in the room that we can't see.
Yep.
Uh, we did watch the Marine, everybody. We did watch the Marine. We're going to talk about that a little bit, but let's talk about some wrestling first.
Yeah, we'll hold off on that.
Yeah, because that was an experience. So let's start with Raw. There's Raw was a thing. It was a thing. I don't know. It was boring. I've been having an issue lately, like I've been saying week after week now, that the writing has been bothering me with how lazy it is. Raw's no exception, in my opinion. But we did have Cody come out and speak with oh there, oh sorry, my whole screen went black for a moment.
Oh no.
But we did have a little tussle between Rollins and Cody, and I mean there was a lot of glazing that happened. It's expected, but it was a good promo. It kind of sets the stage of like who's really the quarterback and all that. Like Rollins said to him, "You could be the quarterback, but you're not my quarterback." So it's showing the split between the two, because prior they helped each other out and everything. We had a 6-man tag team match right after that, Walsh. I watched everything. Walsh has only seen a little bit, technically, and it's also one of them is playing right now in the TV in the front room for him. But we had the War Raiders and Penta going up against the New Day with Grayson Waller. This was a fun chaos match overall. This is probably, in my opinion, the best match of the night, just because I mean, you get the War Raiders out there and you're gonna get some gold almost always. Same thing with New Day, and obviously Penta is huge right now, and pairing him up with anybody that's willing to work with him, you're gonna get some amazing moments. This was no exception. Like the real only thing, Walsh, that for me I have an issue is I don't understand why Grayson Waller is with New Day.
He's got no one else to be with.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I just it's a weird pair.
I was gonna say, what's he gonna do? Come out with Roman Reigns one night? It's just not gonna work.
God, could you imagine if he had, like, I don't know, teamed up with like an Austin Theory or something? That'd be like unforgivable.
They might go back to it.
They might. I at the moment I haven't even seen Austin. I don't know what he's up to, but
Is he hurt?
no. I think he's been shelved for the time being.
Ah,
He might be on break or something, maybe taking a vacation. Who knows?
yeah.
But I haven't seen him. I've only seen Grayson, and he's been with the New Day, and I'm not really a big fan of that. Like, it's just he's kind of there. When, like, I feel like what they're trying to achieve is the heel version of what they had when they had Big E with them, and Grayson's meant to fill the role of Big E, but for the heel side,
Okay.
and it doesn't fit for me. It's just weird. So
Yeah.
and he doesn't do anything. He's just kind of there, other than just being a dick to the fans. Which I get it, you're a heel, but that's like all you do.
I mean, you can be mean to the wrestlers and not the fans and be a heel. It's just a lot easier to be a heel if you just piss off fans.
Yeah. We got, I don't know, like a good run for the match itself, but again, like Grayson was just kind of there. Like he did do some stuff, but Grayson's not a bad wrestler. Like I don't have any ill will with him when it comes to like him being able to wrestle. It's just I don't know. Whatever it is he's doing, it doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And it's like it feels like a continuation of what he had with Austin Theory, but now he's just with the New Day instead. Maybe we need more time for it to cook. I don't know, but I'm not a fan.
And maybe they're working on blowing up the New Day and just seeing what they can do. And be like, if we bring him in, this will destroy everything. We can start fresh.
To be honest with you, I could see that happening because he kind of blew up their thing that he had with Austin Theory, even though it all happened basically off camera. But what little bits we got to see, it was always him being the abusive friend and being a douchebag. What do we have next? We had the Stephanie Vaquer promo. She defeated Io Sky, and she's kind of cementing her place right now. Nobody can stop me right now, or nobody can stop me, I think is exactly what she said. It's a great promo for kind of introducing herself to everyone as the new champ. Short, sweet, to the point, I guess. Yeah. I know that she's been working very hard on her English, and I think this was a great way to show it. I still think, though, we would have a great storyline if every person she defeated while being champ was forced to actually teach her a new word. Because then you could have something fun like Roxanne Perez going for the belt, and after she gets beaten, she teaches her like something bad.
Like, you can't say that on TV.
You're not allowed. Oh my god.
Yep. Go out to the crowd. Call them this.
Call everybody bootlicker, and let's see what happens. I think they would.
Good thing. Go with it.
I think they would cheer because they'd be like, "Yes, I want to lick your boots, please. Por favor."
Yeah, especially, depending on where that show is, you get even more cheers.
Oh God, seriously. I mean, given the opportunity to be anywhere near her feet, people are gonna jump on it because they're gonna hope to get the big booty beatdown done to them, and
Oh yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
I hope she wears extra padding on her.
It looks like the pads on her knees are actually like pretty thick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to assume at least a little bit that she's protected, but otherwise, yeah, that looks like it would hurt after a while, especially after like a 20-minute match.
Hurts my knees.
God, seriously. That is the first thing I think about too when I see that move, is that like that I can't do that. My knees would die.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I need to be able to walk in the next week.
Like I can't bend over as it is right now. Now I need to walk.
I think I heard a crack on the third one.
I'd be walking like cotton for a bit. Just straight legging it the whole time. We had the Bayley and Roxanne Perez fight or match, and I don't know, like this was okay. It just kind of I don't know what we're like. Is Bayley bad? Is she not bad? Like I know she's doing the voices gimmick kind of thing, but we can hear the voices too. It's kind of weird.
I kind of want her to now team up with AJ Lee and them to just disappear for 2 weeks and then come back and Bayley be all happy and be like, it's working.
Whatever it was, this therapy you have introduced me to, it works.
Mm-hmm. Good call. Let's move forward.
Oh God. Yeah.
I got a box of donuts for your husband.
Overall the match was pretty good. I mean, Roxanne is pretty awesome. And she's a great newcomer to like the higher roster now. And Bayley is always great. You know what you're going to get from Bayley is going to be at least a decent match. She's a workhorse. And even Valkyria coming out. I mean, I'm liking seeing her more, honestly. I feel like she's being more comfortable. in like kind of her position right now. And I know that she inaugural champ and everything, but I feel like after one more title reign with it, I feel like she's going to be going after some better gold.
Yeah, she's gonna come after Stephanie McCare in that belt.
I would hope so. Actually, I think that would be a great matchup because I don't know how Stephanie would be able to pair up so easily against uh, what's her face's Valkyria's size and her kind of style. Because it's like it's not really like a high flyer. It's kind of more bruiser fighter mix.
I feel like at some point they got to do like a triple threat with Stephanie McCare, Valkyria, and Roxanne Perez for the belt. Be like, all right, one of the newcomers is still walking away with the belt, but let's see if they can hold a match, just the three of them.
I think they could personally, like especially.
I almost know they could.
Yeah, like I feel like if we go back like 6 months with Valkyria, I'd be like, she's a little weird, stiff, like feels uncomfortable on TV. But now, no. And then Roxanne as well. Roxanne has always kind of seemed comfortable, even in her NXT days. Which No Mercy just happened actually, and I did catch some of it. Technically, I did. I will say it was okay-ish. I mean, these are a lot of newer people to the business and everything. So I like my expectations are a lot lower than I would for like Raw or SmackDown. At least in performance in ring, but like overall, it wasn't like a bad kind of showing from anyone. I think that more so for me was their editing choice, where in between real matches for the actual No Mercy show, they would do classics in between while they set up for the next one. And it took us about like a good 6 minutes to realize at first that what they were doing. We were like, whoa, that's why are we in the middle of this match already? What the hell? Because it wouldn't start off like a match. It was like classic moments essentially.
Oh, just throwing in cuts.
Yeah, so like we were like, what the hell is happening? We were so weirded out, and then we realized once it did the classics logo what was going on. But yeah, it was weird. I didn't watch all of No Mercy, but I caught about, I don't know, about half, right around there. Something that actually got alluded to earlier in the night for Raw, though, was the Rusev versus JD McDonough match. Roxanne was able to convince JD to help Dominic to face off against Rusev. It's like, so he would face off instead, and then if he won, then he could go after the title. And this, I mean, it's JD McDonough. I know he's toddler boy, but the man puts it on the line 130% every time. Like, goddamn. And this was no different. This dude got his ass whooped in this match. Like,
yeah, he's the type that'll take the hits over and over again. Be like, oh, I ended up getting hurt. I'll be back in a week.
Yeah, like this was like your perfect, what you would almost expect out of a high flyer versus giant, for like that perfect combination in like the 2K series. Except that Rusev is technically not a giant. He's more of like a bruiser. He's a big boy, but he's just not tall. As tall as like other giants. You tell me if I'm wrong down below, but overall, I mean, JD looked the best out there in my opinion. He always takes amazing bumps. Like, the dude is willing to just take the worst hits imaginable. And he made Rusev look amazing for the first. Like, Rusev actually looked good.
Surprise.
Yeah, like compared to like especially the Sheamus stuff, like it was a great showing, but it was because of JD, in my opinion. JD knows how to take a bump, and not only that, he knows how to use his size to his advantage, and it's believable. What else we got? Oh, LA Knight and Jey Uso. it was not a bad match. I feel like this is a run back to a rivalry they should have done when Jay had the belt, because that would have been a perfect time to bring LA Knight up to the main event scene. You're leading in from a rivalry that kind of started before he had the belt too. Like, it made more sense to me to do it then. This is kind of thinking of it after the fact and now deciding to try and do it when there's no real stakes on the line. Other
It's
than
that kind of, they should be working together, but now we're fighting.
yeah,
Seth Rollins is getting away with his shenanigans because we're not working together.
and you know that at the end of the day, it's going to be Jimmy uniting the two and bringing them together to be able to stop Rollins and everything, and maybe try and bring Roman back into the picture and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the Seth Rollins storyline right now, so I'm not really that invested in this part of it either. It just seems very lazy and like rehashing of the lead up to WrestleMania 40 with Cody and everybody kind of uniting together to take down the big bad Roman Reigns. Like, I don't know. Like, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm bored by it. I'm bored by the Seth storyline already. I'm just not a fan.
It does feel like they're trying to build up like an Avengers level story of, we're going to need to get all these people to take on Seth. And it's dragging.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, that made sense for Roman and the bloodline because he had soldiers. Like, that made sense to me. Like, Seth is just him and two guys, and then a man who speaks for people who can't speak, but never actually does that. He speaks for people who can speak for some reason lately.
We'll call it 2.5. I think Brock's going to be that basically paid mercenary when they need him.
I agree with that. I kind of see that happening too. It's just a matter of, can they afford to bring Brock in money wise, like the company, over and over? Not so much for like the backlash for people like me who actually detest that man for the things that he has allegedly been involved in. But also because he's the type of legend that never wants to show up. So how can you write a storyline around a guy who you can't get a promo out of like 2 weeks in a row?
Like putting The Rock in to turn John Cena.
Uh-huh.
Never saw him again.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean, though. Like, you can't get these people to show up consistently. Why would you bring them in for this? I understand like, one-off storylines.
Who wrote that, and where were you going with it?
Right. Like, don't get me wrong. I understand like the Goldberg storyline. He was willing to show up for a couple of weeks prior to his actual match, so he could be sent off in one final match. I'm cool with like a one-off. I have no issues with any of that because I don't expect Goldberg around after the match.
Forgot all about that.
Right. Well, yeah, because they did it real poorly, and Goldberg was pissed about it. And the match itself was not piss poor. Like, it was what you expect from someone who hasn't wrestled in years, going up against Gunther. So, like, yeah, I don't expect that person to win. But that's fine though, because it was still overall a good match. Like, it was a nice send-off match-wise. They just cut his speech and everything off after about 30 seconds.
I think I just figured out what Rusev is doing. He's a filler for Gunther while he's on break.
You know what? That's actually...
When he comes back, Gunther's just going to stomp him into the ground.
Or bring him into the fold. Force him to be his underling.
They're both too like, I believe and I have strict adherence to this set of rules and morals. And they're going to find that one where they're like, but this way. Okay, well, now I have to kill you.
I would like to see that matchup, actually, though, because, like, you pair anyone up with Gunther and they look good. Doesn't matter. That person could have the worst match of their life, in like when you're only looking on their end, but as soon as you add Gunther into the mix, you're already elevating it up to a different level.
Laugh when Gunther comes back and he's even like more jacked and ripped. He's like, oh yeah, I spent that whole time off at the gym.
all these posers that need some sort of injection to look like this. I did it naturally in old school, and it shows them with those old school dumbbells and everything that are round, like having cannonballs on the ends.
It just cuts to Rocky 4 and Sylvester Stallone in the wilderness. They superimpose Gunther's face on him.
Yes. And then we find out in actuality they went forward in time and took the footage because it's actually Gunther and superimposed Sylvester Stallone onto him. So we're just kind of editing it back to normal.
Remix to remix, back to normal.
Back to normal. But that's kind of like the thing though, like the Goldberg one was fine by me because that one, there was a definitive endpoint. You know what I mean? And no one expected him to show up week in and week out and be there for a year. That wasn't his goal. With Brock, it's kind of weird. Like, they brought him back, but in what capacity? Is he truly back? Or is this that short term, like, 8 fucking appearances a year type shit?
Is it the, oh crap, some of my wrestlers are hurt and I need more on my roster to fill up these shows because I didn't think ahead? Oh, we got 5 matches this week? Crap, I gotta get some local talent.
God, seriously. It does kind of feel like it's half-assed. The thing is Cena wanted to wrestle Brock one last time. He also wanted to wrestle a few other people who he can't because they're not in the same federation anymore. But he wanted to wrestle Brock. So it is confirmed that that was something he did want. As to whether or not he pushed for it, I couldn't tell you. I just know that he did want to have a final match with him, or at least a final rivalry. I think his time would be better served with other wrestlers in this short time he has left as wrestling in WWE. I think there's way better talent already on the roster he could go up against and we could have fun with. But you know, it is what it is. I'm not happy about it, but I know some other people are.
I do kind of want to see the Cena AJ Styles match.
That I would really enjoy. Yeah, I think that would be honestly, AJ Styles would be the great like final person to face off against him, other than Punk. There's no way to really write Punk back into that storyline against Cena anymore. I don't think as easily because we're so close to the end.
I think Punk writes into storylines real easily because you just have someone talking and play Punk's music and have him come out and start talking shit, and he can do it and interject him into any argument. Have Cena and AJ the week before being like, I'm gonna kick your ass. No, I'm gonna kick your ass. CM Punk comes out, I'll kick both your asses. It's a triple threat now.
But see, that's the thing. Well, actually, that might be a great send off too, though, because it would give Cena one last time to take a belt too, if you brought Seth Rollins into it as well, because Seth can never not interrupt Punk.
Mm-hmm. Come out and be like, 4-way pitch.
Honestly, yeah, no, that works, because then you're giving Cena a chance to take a belt, and it's believable if he were to take the belt, because Seth can't take his eyes off Punk. See, everybody, this is why Walsh continuously has been winning. This is 2 seasons in a row now, technically. He has won at the 2K series for us for GM mode. The man can cook. He can just cook.
I'm telling you, they just need to give us a small amount of money and we'll write for WWE.
God, imagine the gold we would give them. And some of it writes itself. It's not even us having to do anything.
Do this. Be like, yes, you can. We already worked out the plans. You can't have a steel cage explode. You can if you do this.
I mean, Bobby Lashley exploded through it.
Mm-hmm.
We could work off that.
A few more steps. There's also fire.
And electricity too, though. You mean, come on, think about it. It goes off like randomly. Like there's no actual set tick interval. It's a random...
I think as long as we keep the amperage real low, it's technically safe.
Like, think about it. Like, let's say it was at the level of like the fly swatter, the electric fly swatter, the handheld one, like that or lower.
Let's go lower. Then it won't spark. Why are we even doing it?
We use a different thing for sparks. So a completely separate system for sparks, just so that we don't even have to worry about it. We just say, hey, spark guy, hit the button. And then he hits the button. The correct button, because you need to make sure it's on the right side.
We need to get a spark guy.
They have a spark guy. He does the sparks that shoot up out of the ground for people's intros. He's probably the only one who's ever actually on time every time for people's stuff, because sometimes the flames and stuff are off cue for like their big stuff, the big explosions. But the spark guy, that dude's always on time.
I will say pyrotechnics is tricky because sometimes you hit the button the first time
Mm-hmm. It don't work.
and it doesn't.
Uh-huh.
Then you hit it again and it does. It's like, why didn't it work the first time? And you'll never know.
So, in my capacity of what when we used to do coverage for the fireworks for the town that we did them for, there was like a whole like line of mortars that didn't go off when they were supposed to. Nobody knew because there was others that were already going off with that same moment. It was just one line of them didn't pop, and they hit the button a second time and then a third time, but by the fourth time, nothing still happened. But then when everything was done and the whole show was over, they fired because we were doing cleanup and they fired.
Oh, yeah. See, doesn't make sense. Why? No one knows.
Nope. Like I was one of the poor bastards that had to be underneath them when they fired, like close to the mortars. Luckily, as you see, I still have my digits. So there's audio listeners. I have all 10 fingers and toes.
I have the toes. I
have enough to get by. But yeah, no, it was kind of crazy. Like I don't trust pyrotechnics that much because, especially mortars, like with mortars, you just don't know. It's a crapshoot, especially ones where they're already laid in there and waiting. Like the ones like the military use, where you have to, drop it in, and then sometimes the charge that you have to wrap around it isn't enough, and it just like kind of goes whoop, and falls right in front of you. Yeah. Don't want that. That shit scares me. Don't need that in my life.
But they're so fun.
I mean, you can get some great experience out of it and some great end results.
I've been hit with multiple fireworks.
Yeah, same. Fucking Roman candle fights and all that. It gets caught on your shirt and all of a sudden you have this giant hole in your shirt.
Throw that one out when I get home.
No one can't tell mom.
What happened to that shirt you were wearing the other day? No idea. The dryer ate it, I guess.
You know what, Ma? I put it through the washer and it got wrapped around the middle thing that spins and just ripped a hole right through it. So I had to throw it away. You can see it though. It's in the garbage. You just have to make sure you cut out the burn marks first before you do that. Because then you're not fully lying. It's a stretch of the truth. It's an extreme stretch, but a stretch nonetheless.
I have an idea for our Ren Fair costume, and part of it involved blowing the holes up in it with a firework, so it would have the burn holes and everything.
So you would look like you got shot multiple times?
No, just, things going wrong.
What? Oh, what if we did that and dressed had what looked like bullet holes or like musket ball holes, and we were zombies and went to the Ren Fair?
Someone's gonna panic and hit us with a big foam sword.
I would love that. I would love to do that. That would be so much fun. The problem is our makeup would not last.
The real problem is the one by us is in the middle of the damn summer, so if you're dressing up in anything, you're gonna sweat your dick off.
I feel so bad for some of those people too. I know some of that is like on purpose because they did, like the people back in the day didn't want to like sweat to show or whatever, and it was there was ways to mitigate heat with extra layers, but yeah, fuck that. That looks like death. Especially that those people that are walking around wearing all goddamn leather. I'm like, what are you doing? You fucking
For
that
the
can't
full,
even breathe.
for the full armor setups.
Oh
Like you're
god.
wearing the undershirt, the padded overshirt, and then
Yeah.
metal on top in the sun, which is getting hot.
Fuck, even the people just wearing the gambeson, I'm like, what are you doing? Like what that I know it's padded armor, like it's not as bad, but fuck man, that looks like it fucking you can't breathe. I would die.
I just realized I have no idea how we got to this topic from where we were.
Yeah, I don't know. We were about to talk though about the Rhea Ripley versus Asuka match, which did slap. This was the main event for Raw.
How could it not?
Yeah, this fucking slapped. So Raw in itself was not really that fun overall for me, except for this match. This match had it fucking all, and Asuka is a goddamn beast, an evil goddamn beast. She did the poison spit, and Rhea got covered, fucking covered. And Rhea played her part well, coughing and everything, and like acting like she's dying. But like, I'll send you the picture. She is covered in ink, absolutely covered, and it's just pouring out of fucking Asuka's mouth and shit, and it's like covering her and staining her. Dude, so fucking good. And
Double
you had,
shot.
dude, you had Io coming out trying to like kind of stop things and all that, and fucking Asuka beat her ass too,
Oh, but they're best friends.
because Asuka doesn't like that Io has become friends with Rhea and has stood up for Rhea.
You know
Because
what? I bet they all
Asuka,
go mini golfing together. They'll be best friends.
I don't know, because Rhea earlier on in the night had warned Io about Asuka and was like, "Hey, watch out for this one." And Io's like, "No, she's family." And she's like, "I know she's family, but she's toxic. Watch out."
Spit is toxic.
And sure enough, that was a foretelling, because yeah, she got sprayed hard, dude. She's fucking covered in it, just covered from the head down. It's crazy. She misted that perfectly onto her.
Yeah, there's been those times where I've seen it like kind of miss its mark, or she didn't spray it too well. But if she does it right, it will be covered.
Fucking covered. This was perfect. This was a great match just in general. But then you couple on like all the antics going on storyline wise, like it actually feels like someone kind of cares about what the writing is right now with this.
For women.
And again, it's the women's division. The women's storylines tend to be the more fun ones right now for me. I don't know about for anybody at home. Comment down below if they're the more fun option for you. But I love the women's storylines overall lately, especially with how just insane the women can be when it comes to in-ring antics. Like, they go fucking hard, man. Like, this is like old school, like no one cares about fucking CTE stuff kind of shit with some of them, as we'll get to in just a little bit with SmackDown. But the women's shit, dude, like storyline wise, it's been the best. Naomi was single-handedly proof of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get to SmackDown. Let's knock that out real quick. SmackDown though, I mean, you had Cody and Paul Heyman starting the show. I mean, it was okay. I don't know. I'm not liking this intertwining of Cody and Seth. I think there's a different way to do it. I think there's a million different ways to do it. I think this is not the one you should have picked, basically, with how they've been handling these two kind of button heads. It worries me that we might end up seeing like a unification of the two belts again.
Is that they've done that?
Yeah.
Or like someone holding both, or they just made one?
They unified them into one belt. So like Seth was the inaugural champ originally of the heavyweight belt, because the two previous belts Roman united into the undisputed belt, which Cody holds right now. Yeah. And then they made the heavy Yeah, yeah, and then technically, in a sense, they split them again by making a heavyweight belt because you have to have a belt for Raw and you have to have a belt for SmackDown because Walsh, the brands, they never are meant to intermingle except for at like a Survivor Series. That's it.
Well, why don't you just have one big belt
Mm-hmm.
and then a Raw belt and a SmackDown belt,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, well, if you don't do the crossover, you know what? Just get rid of belts.
Yeah, we don't need them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's all about who has the best vibes now.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I am vibing with some of these. Oh God. Okay, let's move on past that. What else was there that I didn't care about with this? The Street Profits versus Mellow Don't Miz. I don't. I feel like they're trying to split up the Street Profits. They keep kind of alluding to it. I don't know if it's gonna happen because they alluded to it and then they turned right around and fucking the boys were like, nah, whatever that people are saying, don't even listen. Like we're still brothers, and they did a brother hug, and it was like, okay, so are you splitting them up? Are you not splitting them up? Like I don't know what's going on with this.
They should have had one of them put a "kick me" sign on the back of the other one.
Oh, that'd be perfect. I would love that. I think that if they are going to split them up, doing some like cheeky antics like that is perfect. Why not have some fun with it?
You should.
Especially because if you do it like that, they can always come back together and it's more understandable. It's like when brothers fight. Like when me and my brother, we would like goof off and fuck with each other, and one of us would get really mad eventually and just punch the other one. But then we'd start goofing off again like a day or two later and just start doing it again. So, we had oh God, I forgot about this match. That's how bad this was. Julia and Kiana James versus B-Fab and Michin. That was a match that happened. That happened. I didn't like it at all.
Did someone win?
Yeah, Julia won. Julia and James defeated B-Fab and Michin. They're trying to solidify Julia as the title holder, and they have done nothing with her. Like Kiana James has done more wrestling in fucking Julia's name than Julia has wrestled. So yeah. Anyways, we had Sami Zayn versus Javon Evans. I will say, this was a fun match. This was going along the lines of the belt always on the line, like never a match that's not where the belt's on the line kind of deal. The challenge mode, and Javon Evans is a NXT member who I watched also wrestle in No Mercy, and let me tell you, this boy has a dirty cutter. It is fun to watch. The dude just gets so fucking airborne. It's basically the Cody cutter, but it's just called the cutter. But
well, he's not Cody.
Exactly. Like I'm okay with him doing it and it being called the cutter. Like there are some wrestlers who do the same exact move as someone else and they call it something completely different. But you're like, but I see that happen all the time, and it's always called this.
It's just a punch to the chest. Oh no! It's my special move.
This is my special move, the Supremo kick. It punches.
They'll never see it coming.
No one ever expects the Supremo kick. No, but if you haven't seen this match, I do recommend it though, because Javon Evans is actually a really, really good wrestler. Even at the match I watched him do in No Mercy, he was going up against someone. I don't really watch NXT that often, so I don't remember the guy's name. I think it started with a B, but that guy had a belt too, and just a great show. The dude knows how to take a bump, man, and he can fly. He can fucking fly. Like the cutter that I watched him do at No Mercy, he went off the top rope, and he was like 12 feet in the air for a little bit before he came down and grabbed the guy. It was insane. Absolutely insane. This match, this was a lot of fun. I don't remember how long this match was. I don't think it was that long overall, but basically Sammy started getting the upper hand after a bit just because of him being a veteran and kind of knowing how to work the system while, going up against someone. And then couple that with the fact he's a fucking zombie. It doesn't matter what you hit him with. If you can't fucking destroy the brain, he's going to keep going. Yeah. This match was fun though. I liked it a lot overall. It's the OG cutter. Sorry, he calls it the OG cutter, not the cutter. I just saw in my notes that I was wrong on what I called it a moment ago, and I apologize.
Mm-hmm. Now it's the cutter.
But he did an OG cutter, and then freaking and then Sammy hit him with a haluva kick, and then hit him with a blue thunder bomb, and was actually able to take with the win. I'm enjoying this like open challenge season with the belt with Sammy. This is something John Cena did, who people can see if they're watching the video version of this. They can see it says the words John Cena in between us, but then you have like a floating USMC shirt and a floating Marines hat, but it says the words John Cena across it.
Oh, that would hurt.
Oh God! Imagine what Alex is thinking right now watching this.
It's like there's no way they actually watched it.
They're just joking. There's no fucking way they did this. There's no way that half of the podcast is just them talking about this movie. We should probably get to it though.
Yeah.
So let's just finish this out real quick. We had that Tiffany Stratton, Nia Jax, Jade Cardgill match. This was fucking awful. The Jade got injured. A big old gash across her eyebrow, and you can see her fucking skull. It's nasty. We also had a moment where Nia was supposed to kick out and did not. So the ref just had to stop counting it too.
Getting past 2 when you're counting is hard.
It's a tough job getting past 2. I struggle with 1.2.
I've seen a king screw it up. 1, 2, 5,
11.
3, sir.
That's 3, sir. No. Oh God. But yeah, this was a big old botch city. Jade, she's gonna need some stitches, and she might actually be on the shelf for a while because of the fact that I could see her skull in the picture she put out.
Yeah.
I feel like so when you get cut up here, right? Like you get a big cut, because I have some cuts, but it never went all the way to skull. Like when you actually cut the muscles that are up here, sometimes you can't do anything with your face, like make emotions, like raise your eyebrows and stuff, because you've lost that ability while it's cut. You need to wait for it to heal before you can start doing that again. So she might have like stone stare face for like a month.
I mean, that could work for her character too.
It could.
Just come out, stay on the ramp, stare at the ring, walk back.
Just mean mug the entire time and never say a word. She has like this like apparatus where it's like drilled into her head and all held in place. She's like, I'm gonna get you. You don't want the horns.
Yeah, that's one of those. Oops.
Yeah. It was real big oops. This was the main event, if you didn't know. And yeah. It was nasty. If you want to see a bad match, but you want to see something real crazy, then yeah, watch this match. Something, you know what? I think we'll skip Dynamite this week. Dynamite was fun, I guess, because you haven't seen it, so you don't really know Dynamite. You don't really watch it. But like the World Tag Team Championship, Brodito versus GDA. Bandito won and out. We had the AEW Men's World Championship. Adam Page versus Lee Moriarty. This was a very fun match. Hangman retained. We got to see some cowboy shit. Oh yeah, FDR came out to do an apology for what they did to Cope's wife, to Beth, uh, Adam Copeland, during their at the end of their match between him and Christian versus FTR, and they apologized for what they did to Beth in a sense. More like they apologized for Beth being there because they knew what they had to do. Yeah.
Well, that doesn't sound like an apology at all.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. Uh, what's his face that's with them? Stokely. He was like, I allowed Beth to pick me up and carry me out of the ring and out of or up the ramp and through the doorway. I allowed her to do that because I am manly and I am chivalrous. But this during this like apology, Willow Nightingale comes out and she stands up to them and is like, because of women like Beth, I became a wrestler. Because of women like Beth, I don't put up with fucking assholes like you. And it was fun. Willow stole the show in that. And it cuts to like cameras to like right after All Out, with Cope and Christian in the back. And Cope doesn't know what to do. He can't cope with the situation. And needs to go be with Beth. He's like, I don't know if I'm just going to be gone for a little bit or if I'm going to be gone forever. I don't know, but I got to get my head on straight and I need to make sure my wife's okay. And Christian's like, no, you go do that. Yeah, that's your family. You need to keep your family. I don't have a family, so you got to do that so you don't end up like me. And Cope stops like walking away, turns around and goes, no, brother, you have a family. And he puts his hand out and they shake hands. And it's like, yeah, okay. So the boys are back together completely now.
Aw, they're best friends.
And they always have been, and it's nice. Also, something that was teased about in the show was the Don Callis family versus the conglomeration. And we had a return of Mr. Orange Julius himself, the fresh one, the freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy made his return, facing off against Takeshita, Okada, and what's his name? Hechicero. Sorry, I forgot that guy's name in the moment, but it was a great fucking match with Orange Cassidy being back. He's the one who does lazy style, Walsh, where like he wrestles with his hands in his pockets. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun. It was him, Hologram, and Mark Briscoe facing off against the Don Callis family. They're known as the conglomeration because it's just a conglomeration of like random wrestlers. And they kicked some butt. It was a nice return. It was a lot of fun. This is more of a let's have fun kind of match while beating each other up.
Those are always good.
We had Claudio Castagnoli versus Powerhouse Hobbs. It was an okay match overall. Castagnoli defeated Hobbs. We might be seeing some sort of shakeup in the ops potentially. We could be seeing Castagnoli maybe even leaving the Death Riders and going out on his own soon. I don't know what's gonna happen with this, but we're kind of setting the stage for, I think, some sort of change. I feel like change is in the wind. We had newly christened the champ, Chris Statlander, who defeated three other women to become the AEW Women's World Champion, doing her first defense of her title against Mina Shirakawa. This was a lot of fun. Mina Shirakawa is always a ton of fun in the ring, and Chris Statlander is just a fucking beast in the ring. Like she looks like she has some of the stiffest shots when it comes to punches and all that, but no one complains about it. They just look real stiff. And this match was a lot of fun. This was a great defense. It was a good first one. And Statlander, she was able to defeat Mina and I think Mina's kind of a good first defense target. And yeah, it was a good time. Oh yeah, that was the end of the show. Actually, that was the main event. I forgot there wasn't anything after that. This week's been kind of a blur for me. I lost a family member not too long ago, and we had like funeral and all that. So cleanup of people's stuff. It's been kind of a blur. So fitting in wrestling has been kind of hard this week.
It's down on the priority list for you.
Yeah, a lot of it's background for me lately this past week. Mm-hmm. So something that I wished was in the background and not at the forefront, though, Walsh, was something that we watched yesterday.
I don't know why.
I figured with Alex being gone and that giant list of stuff that he created for us to be able to do and talk about while he was gone, I figured I wouldn't look at that and I would just make us watch The Marine. So that's what we did.
So we did that.
We did it. It's fresh in our minds, kind of, because it was yesterday as of time of recording.
It was less than 24 hours ago. My brain is still trying to shove it out. So
yeah, we're at about like 14 hours ago, right around there, maybe 15. It's fresh. It hurts, but it's fresh.
Mm-hmm.
This is a movie that came out in 2006, though, starring the one, the only, the unseeable John Cena. And this was his technically this was his debut as an actor. He had never acted before this movie.
You couldn't tell.
I know. He's a natural out there. Let me tell you, that man has major Rock playing Scorpion King energy. Let me tell you what.
Oh, that hurts so much in the beginning when he's on the call or the radio describing what he's seeing, and they're like, well, you can't go, wait for backup. Ow. Like 80s action movie pain in 2006.
Okay, so I feel like this opens up with him as in Iraq, everybody. He's a Marine, if you couldn't tell by the title. And he is at an Al-Qaeda compound and trying to save... Alone. Yeah. He's not Alpha Team because they tell him to wait for Alpha Team. He must be Bravo or Charlie or Delta. Who knows? But he's not Alpha Team, and he's by himself. And he's peering through little cracks in the wood and sees that they're doing the beheading video. They're about to do it. And he tells them, and they're like, no, you must wait for Alpha. He's like, there's no time. And he throws the headset out. He's like, fuck this shit. And I gotta ask, do you think that was this was an homage to both Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in Predator and his character in The Commando?
Yeah, kind of smash of both of them.
Yeah.
The only problem I had with that scene was any other action movie I've ever seen, any military personnel, the correct response to that is not screw you or fuck off. It's didn't catch that, sir, and then you throw the radio.
Right.
But then we wouldn't have had this whole movie.
We wouldn't. No, this whole movie is premised off the idea that he doesn't pull one of the most common tropes in these kind of movies is, sorry, sir, I couldn't copy that. Can you repeat? Drops it. Yeah. He just goes, no, there's no time, and throws it. And then bursts through the fucking wall.
The door was probably unlocked.
It might have been. And he doesn't just burst through. Doesn't he throw a fucking guy through the wall?
Like the wall explodes and he comes in shooting like they gave him a set machine gun with infinite bullets, and it was like, we just want you to act like there's a horde of 30,000 zombies, and if you even like clip them in the leg, they die. So just start shooting at them.
Like, he's very clearly playing on New Game Plus, and he has all the cheats enabled because he did all the achievements.
He turned on infinite ammo.
Well, yeah, because he's not using like a backpack with like a feeder. He's not using a drum mag. He's using like a regular fucking magazine for an M16 or maybe an M4, which is what, 30, 31 rounds with one chamber.
Usually 20 to 30.
Yeah, I think regulation is 30 for standard issues, 30, and then you have one in chambered if it's already chambered. So at most he should have 31 bullets, but he sprays maybe 400 in that time frame.
Like, I think it started with him shooting it like a rifle, but halfway through he's got it like tucked under his arm, one-handing full auto, just the machine gun everywhere. Like, I've seen this in action movies, and this is what the director said.
Yep. Yeah. He even had an underbarrel for a grenade launcher. I don't remember him using it.
Is that how he blew up the wall? We'll never know.
We don't know. This is also, everybody, this is made in 2006. This is back during a time when everybody still had Power Ranger mode on. So anytime there was gunfire or any sort of connection of what you would be shrapnel or whatever, sparks fly. Any sort of explosion, sparks have to fly.
They had several spark guys.
They had the budget for a lot of spark guys.
Mm-hmm.
This movie had a lot of sparks though. Like it this was very much a classic like muscle man hero trope type of movie that you would see in like the early 90s, late 80s kind of deal with like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, any of that, but made in 2006.
Actors from the Expendables.
Yes. Which when they do Expendables like 45, John Cena will be in it.
He might be in 4, unless they already did 4. He might already be in 1.
He could be. I don't know. I only saw the first one.
I'm gonna go with the assumption he's in.
I was weirded out by the amount of guys that were in the first one, and then it kept just getting more, and I was like, okay, like you're just getting everybody who did an action movie from back then, just everybody.
So this movie's budget is why we're not getting any other decent movies this year.
Oh my god, yeah. Speaking of budget, this movie had a budget of $15 million. And guess what it grossed? Because this actually did get released to theaters.
I'm going to say 13.
You are very close. It had a budget of $15 million.
Well, you said it had a budget of 15.
Oh, no, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, guess how much it grossed.
Oh, God. Yeah, it grossed. No. You're still in a sense.
Hang on, let me go back.
Okay.
I want to guess 15.
Okay. You're still wrong.
Right on.
It was 22. It grossed 22 million box office.
Hey, that's profit.
And one of our buddies had like multiple DVD copies of this movie that he bought in the bargain bin back in the day, because this made it immediately to a bargain bin, because this led to a whole bunch of straight to home video fucking movies. The whole Marine series where The Miz takes over, and just I haven't seen any of them past this one, so I don't actually know what they're like.
Well, there goes my question for you. I was going to ask, are the rest of them playing John Cena's characters?
I don't know.
Or did they realize like there's thousands of Marines? We can call him something else and he's still a Marine.
I mean, that's not wrong, especially if they're getting discharged like fucking John Cena's character did. Which
yeah, that's what that led to. He saved everybody, killed all the bad guys with infinite machine gun bullets, saved everyone, brought them home. Well, I'm sorry, you're discharged.
And they don't.
Hey, here's your Medal of Honor.
So, okay, here's my next question about this, right? Because they only say discharged. They only say discharged.
He disobeyed. They also said it was because he disobeyed order.
No.
No way that's an honorable discharge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Are they purposely not saying dishonorable? Because they want to avoid like any, because like this is still made during a time where there's super war propaganda going on with the wars and all that. This propaganda that is in this movie the entire time is the stuff you see in Marvel movies, like all the way up until now. Like anytime the military is involved or to be seen, they have to be seen in a good light, typically. Like the main character might be able to break the rules, but the military has to be like, no, you can't do that. No.
No, we're following orders and we're following these rules.
Yeah. And this was no different. But I feel like they were told, you can't say dishonorably discharged. Like, we don't want you saying that during, because this was in the height of war. This came out in 2006. Like, Iraq is like full blown. Like, we're just like blowing up civilians for no reason. Like, I can see why they wouldn't want to do that, but it was very weird. I noticed it right away. They just said discharged.
Which he could have said, here are your discharge papers.
Yeah.
But no, they intentionally used that wording, and no one had anything to say about it, unless they did say you're being dishonorably discharged, and that was really good editing. They cut it out.
Yeah, and cut it out. Yeah, that's possible, because you definitely could, especially depending on how the actor says it. It could be an easy cutout, especially if you're not showing them as they say it. Because I don't remember if they were showing him as he said it or not. But
I don't remember. My mind immediately goes to skipping a few scenes, probably to him working as the security guard.
Yeah, and the guy who plays the security guard, I don't remember his name off the top of my head. He's been in a ton of stuff. He's a comedian by trade, I think, normally, like for movies. Who played the security guard, but I'll look him up while we're talking about this. But that was fucking hilarious.
I'll put my, hey, in an alternate universe, this would have been a better movie.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the movie takes place with John Cena, and it's about his wife and everything. So we're gonna take a different branch, and we'll explain in a minute. But he is fired, and his friend is suspended. The security guard. A better movie would have been those two going off on their own, and everything that happening to those two, and his friend is the one that's kidnapped.
That would be
much better movie.
Yes. Or if they were going to keep playing the angle of his friend, who, by the way, is Drew Powell, the actor Drew Powell. He's just been in a ton of stuff over the years. He was in Arrested Development. He was in Gotham, Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's been in The Pit. He punches a nurse in The Pit. I've seen that. Great actor, though. I love Drew Powell. But by trade, I think he's normally in comedy related stuff. Typically,
he was wonderful in this.
Oh, he was
the highlight of the movie for me.
I loved him in this. Yes, he was like the best part of this, and this would have been perfect. Like, imagine if this whole movie was John Cena doing all this crazy shit, but the reason the crazy shit kept happening was because of his friend being dumb.
Mm-hmm.
That like
wasn't even kidnapped, just happened to be in the trunk of the car they took, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna hide in here. Oh no, buddy, come save me.
Oh, he stood up for me and tried to help me keep my job. I gotta fucking help him. And the entire time, the bad guys, who we'll get to in a moment, are just like constantly having to interact with other bad guys because this guy keeps like escaping somehow, and yet they refuse to just kill him. I would love that. That would have made this movie so much better. Yeah. So so first off, before we get to that point, he technically goes home first. He's sent home. He got interrupted while working out, was told he's discharged from the gym, and now he has to go home and see his wife, which apparently this was made in 2006. So this is during the height of that trope of, oh God, I hate my wife and I don't want to be near her. Except that he doesn't hate his wife. He just has an obligation to be a Marine because that's all he sees himself as, because he can't see life outside of being a Marine. So he goes home to his wife, who is played by Kelly Carlson, who is from Nip Tuck. That's at least where I know her from originally.
Oh, not ringing any bells.
So Nip Tuck was
the only thing she's ever been in for me.
So Nip Tuck was a weird like drama show with like plastic surgeons and shit.
I remember it.
Well, I was gonna say I never really got into the show, but the advertisements and stuff, it always showed the two guys and her for the initial like release of the show, like the first season. Like, she was prevalent in the advertisements, so I remember her. And I watched a couple episodes. I just really wasn't into it at the time, and I probably will never go back to it because there's no time to ever go back to stuff anymore. I need like a vacation from everything to be even able to attempt that. So
Never happened.
yeah, never. But he goes home to her, and like they're like immediately doing a mix of like, we're gonna have copious amounts of sex, but we also need to talk about real life issues, so let's just put her in her bra and panties and him without a shirt on and looking like a fucking gorilla. Like,
I will say, for one of my theories towards the end of this movie, that's a necessary scene.
okay, so that moment had to happen for the rest of this to happen.
Well, being explosion proof in my mind has to be an STD. That's the only way she could have gotten it.
I forgot about this because yes, you're right. What if we cut back to the Al Qaeda camp when he's bringing the Marines out the front door and this helicopter shows up randomly and starts exploding everything in front of them? Shrapnel should have hit all of them and killed them, like, or at least maimed them heavily, because they were so close to all these explosions. And they're like, oh God, we got to go around, right? And he was like, no, we don't. We'll go through it. And it cuts to just being over. Like, okay, they made it. But there was explosions and stuff as they were running. He should have died. So okay. So being explosion proof is an STD technically.
That's my movie theory in this.
Is it curable with a lemon?
No, you need penicillin.
Okay. So something that he would obviously not have in his diet, because nothing mushroom related, no fungus.
No, it's all chicken.
It's all chicken and just rice.
Usually boiled chicken.
With no seasoning either. Like, this is like he drinks the chicken water when he's done. Oh yeah. No, I need to ask you this too. Do you remember his character's name?
John. John Triton.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
But yeah, my thought on that is the character's name was not originally John Triton. It was something else. And they were like, all right, Carl, John. Yeah. God damn it. Just changed the name in the script.
So me and Christina last night came to the same exact fucking conclusion too. That he must have had a different name, because John Triton is a dumb fucking name. There must have been a different first name he originally had to go with Triton, so it would kind of like go off the tongue easier. Because John Triton, it's like when we make fun of something, like, oh, John this, John that, like
Nathan Fraser.
Yeah, exactly. Who the fuck is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
And he wouldn't answer to it, so they were like, John. He was like, yeah. Word for word, Christina fucking said that last night. Oh my God, that is so funny. But yeah, we came to that same conclusion, that he must have not been able to answer to a different name, so they just had to change the first name to his name, John. So he would actually look at the fucking camera and shit. Like, Chris, do your lines. Chris, do your lines. He doesn't say a word. John, do your fucking lines. Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got it, boss.
Oh man. But yeah, he tells his wife, I can't sit on the couch, babe. That's not me. I'm a Marine. I should be a Marine. I don't sit on couches. I go and die in battle. That's what I do. So I'm going to become the next best thing. A security guard at a fucking high-rise building. And he takes the job way too goddamn seriously for the position that it is.
To be fair, the guy, total dick, and was being very verbally abusive to that woman.
Yeah.
And disrupting an office, and security should have escorted him out. I don't know if throwing him through the window was the right option, but
I feel like sometimes you need to set a precedent of where you're willing to go. And
this does bring up my other question I came up with when I was watching.
Okay.
Have you ever had to fight a genie?
A couple of times, yeah, actually.
Okay.
I've had to fight a genie, and it's kind of weird because, like, I'm a baldy boy, but I don't rage out like that. Like, you got to get me there. I don't bring that to you. You got to give me that energy, and I will reciprocate at that point. But Bald Genie Boy was like real quick to be like, tell your boyfriend to stay out of it. And it's like, bro, John Cena is 10 times your size. You may look intimidating as a genie, but I don't see no metal links on here. That means you can't give wishes. That means you don't have powers.
Well, Genie still did have magic powers.
He had some, but it was limited.
Not phenomenal cosmic power.
I don't think he could then at that point take a John Cena punch.
Oh, no.
No, I think
because you don't see it coming.
You don't. You never do. You never see the throw through the window either. I got to give it though to Powell's character. I don't remember his character's name in the movie, but
security guard number 2.
Yep, yeah, that's probably what it is. Yeah, because he's not in the movie much longer after this, but they basically, so again, 2006. This is actually before gay marriage is actually a thing. This is when the fight for gay marriage was still happening technically, because it was 2008, I believe, where gay marriage was fully adopted nationwide. But they called him gay, and Powell's character is like, no, we got to be the bigger man. The whole point of this job is like these assholes are one in a million, which is true. It is not wrong. Like the character was actually being sensible up until being called gay. He's like, well, today's not that day where we're gonna be the bigger boys. We're just gonna be big boys and go beat them up. And he swings, and Genie fucking ducks immediately because Genie was waiting for it. He knew it was happening because of the fucking monologue. But it was a good fight, actually. This was a decent like fight for like a WWE film. It was choreographed pretty well. It wasn't like a Scorpion King or nothing, where it's just dudes just slamming fucking swords against each other like they're slapping meat.
Swear to God, if Alex is gone again ever, you say we're watching that movie, I'm gonna come over there and punch you in the dick.
I might be living closer to you soon, so it could almost even be walking distance one day.
Yeah, I'm still gonna drive over there just
might as well.
For the spirit of it.
You gotta set the standard. You gotta slam on the brakes.
No, yeah, I need you to hear that car screeching. That car door slam closed and be like, it's coming.
And then the doorbell rings, and you wait patiently for me to open the door. And I come over, I'm like, hello? Oh, hey, what's up? Bam!
Hey, what's that on the ceiling? What?
Oh god, that might have worked on the guy that he threw through the window too. That guy was an idiot. That guy was like, I'm gonna smash something on your back. Like, dude, that's an empty vase. Like, at most you're gonna stun him for a second as he's pissed off about
grabbed
it.
a chair.
A chair would have been better. You fold it up, just slam him in the back with it. Hell yeah. But then yeah, John Cena throws him through the window, and the guy decides to be a petty little boy. He's like, I'm gonna sue you, I'm gonna own this building, and you're gonna be in here tomorrow at 9 a.m, not be late, and then I'm gonna fire you. You're fired. So you come in and you're fired. And then he walks away.
Never see him again.
We never see that man again. This whole entire interaction is only to lead John Cena to not be a security guard anymore. Which is like, okay. So Powell drives him home and is like, don't worry, brother, I'm just suspended, but you're fired. Like, it sucks to be you. Like, they're used to me with this shit, but you're brand new. Like, you're in your 90-day fucking probationary period. They're just gonna fire your ass, brother. See you later. Have a good one. Pulls away in his pickup truck, but not before fist bumping. They fist bump to show that unification. And then Powell's character is never fucking seen again.
And he tries to hide that he was fired from his wife.
Yeah.
And it's on the news right in front of her. And then they have the suggestion of, why don't we just have an idea that can cut out the past 10 minutes of this movie and we go camping? Instead of like, I'm back from the Marines, I don't know what to do. Why don't we go camping? You can clear your mind.
Yeah, maybe we can go to the beach.
Hey, let's insert this 10 minutes of John Cena throwing some guy through a window.
Well, they need to establish how good he is as a fighter outside of with guns. They need to be like, okay, you saw him with guns, you saw him with explosions. Now watch him in hand-to-hand combat.
I think they could have cut it.
Oh, and they totally could have. No, this was absolutely pointless. The only reason to do this, in my opinion, was because of the fact that he was a Marine and it's duty over like pleasure. Like he can't go gooning yet. He's got to have a job. How else are they going to pay for that house that he was paying for before he was something discharged?
something complete.
Because she asked so though. She's like,
they go camping.
She was like, why don't we go to the beach? And he was like, I've had enough sand for my lifetime.
Beach was a better idea.
It was at the end of the day. It actually, none of this, again, here's another road that could have been driven where none of this would have fucking happened.
Mm-hmm. Moral of the whole movie. Your wife's probably right.
Mm-hmm. And just listen to her the first time, because if you had left initially when she said it, none of this would have happened either. Yeah. Just delaying her even 2 minutes, that was enough to do it. But they decide to go. They leave. And then we cut to our bad guys. And
just the worst villains ever.
But we do have one decent actor amongst the villains. We have Robert Patrick as the main bad guy, who is, as we will know one day, 20 years in the future, nearly, almost 20 years in the future, that he is actually his father in Peacemaker.
Do you think they asked him, like, hey, do you want to work with John Cena again in this thing? He's like, I'm not doing another WWE film.
Uh-huh. I wouldn't doubt it.
Like, no. This is for DC. Okay, I'm in.
Like, there's real money behind this. There's actual people who care about the writing. Storylines will make sense to some degree for you. You just have to play an old racist guy.
Yeah, they are. There's no way that group of morons would have been able to pull together that diamond heist in any conceivable way and not been caught or killed within 20 minutes.
They're okay. So yeah, we cut to these people. Basically, we start off with Robert Patrick character going into a diamond store, essentially, but not like a normal diamond store. It has like a weird like electronic sliding door that locks into place and all that, and it doesn't have windows. Like it's like
a private diamond exchange.
Yeah, like this seems like it's not. You wouldn't find this on the Better Business Bureau webpage. Let's just put it that way.
They don't have an address for you to look up.
Right, exactly. Someone's mowing right now. That's great. It was weird. Like I was like, okay, so this is like an underground kind of diamond place. Like, so it's already kind of shady. Here's the second. This is another problem I have with the storytelling, right? This place is kind of set off, like it sets you off to think like this is not like your typical diamond store. Like this is not somewhere you'd be going to take your wife to go look at rings to potentially, or future wife, to propose to her, right? Like this has like a bit of shadiness about it to begin with. But then we come to find out that like Robert Patrick, his character, and these other ones are all like pretty famous for what they do. And if this is actually an underground diamond place, wouldn't they fucking know who these people are?
They have a list of like known thieves.
Right. Like even a regular diamond place probably has some sort of access to that.
We do find out it was an inside job, but
we do.
There's still like at least 4 red flags that should have tripped.
Yeah. Even like when he walked in, he gets up behind one of the guards to look at something. No fucking way would that guard have his back be available to anyone. He'd be up against a wall so that nothing can get behind him, and he only has to take care of the 180 degrees in front of him.
He was standing in the middle of the damn room.
In the middle of the fucking room. Like, that's not how you would do it.
And he was like the one security guard.
Only one. If this is like a shady place, I would expect like this place to be packed. Like fucking packed.
Like I've seen crappy banks that have 2 working security guards.
Yeah. Or at the very
It's this
least,
shady, you can afford it.
like better security systems at the very least. This thing had like fucking old school buttons and shit. Like I know it's 2006, but they had swipe cards back then.
Why did the exterior door open at all?
Seriously, yeah. That should have been lockdown
No,
mode.
it's fully locked down. Go ahead, kill everyone. We don't care. Those are our diamonds.
Yep, go ahead. Like, those are the people that work for us. Like, we own it at the end of the day. You're stuck. Like, that didn't make any sense to me. But we do find out, yes, you're right. There is a mole. There's someone who's working on the inside, who's inside the vault. And that idiot decides to say the main bad guy's name, Rome, out loud. Which is the reason why he ends up not getting a cut of the diamonds at all. He gets cut out.
Oxygen.
Yeah. And they leave after causing all that, and he's like apologizing as he leaves. And it cuts to like FBI or cops or something. They don't really specify who this guy works for, but he's like, "Oh my god, it almost seems like it's an inside job, but I bet you that guy there could tell us something if he was alive." It's like, okay,
Thanks, Columbo.
You don't need us to hear him say that to know that he probably already knows that dead guy was in on it. No one else died, so it kind of makes sense.
They were very good about it.
They were. Oh, excuse me. But we cut back to John Cena and his wife, and they have to stop at a gas station because they need like drinks and gas and I don't know, a reason to stop so that people can meet. Because
We've got 3 very important meetups at one gas station in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. We've got John Cena and his wife. We've got the thieves, the diamond heisters. And we have
the most unlikeliest of scenarios.
Yeah, and then a police car pulls up as the final bit with 2 cops. But
Which
not
is
just
a Camaro.
Yeah, it's not just any police car. It's a Camaro, and it's a highway. I am dying.
But yeah,
Ugh.
and there's 2 of them. Like, I don't know the last time I have seen 2 officers or cops or sheriffs or anyone in the same car.
Training.
They each have their training.
That's it.
But even then, like, they're in their own car.
9 times out of 10, they're in their own vehicle. Unless they're training, that's really it.
And if you want to tell me it's budgetary restrictions are forcing us to double up in the car, maybe don't buy a fucking Camaro as a cop car.
Right. Plus, okay.
And spoilers for later, don't buy a bulletproof fucking Camaro that can survive, dragon fire.
God, that thing could survive a nuke. That thing took on like the equivalent ordnance of what was like let go on Hill 851 in Vietnam. Like, it's crazy. This thing took a beating. But yeah, no, like they all meet up and like everybody's getting gas. And one of the cops gets out to fill up and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're a Cadillac guy, huh?" And like this sort of conversation would never happen in real life. The only way a cop would go up to him like that is if he already was feeling out like this feels shady, like some sort of vibe, right?
No, but it's just some dude who thinks he's hot shit driving around on an old caddy. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
If I think anything, I'll run the plates.
Yeah, and even then, like, this is bought by, well, I guess technically, the African American guy. I don't remember his character's name, but he goes to the body shop because they need a vehicle to get out of town with, and they're trying to give him a minivan. He's like brothers don't drive minivans. They just don't. And he sees the Cadillac. He's like, okay, I'm taking that, and then speeds off with it. So that's how they have that. So they at least explain that. But yeah, this scene didn't really need to happen.
Well, it was further evidence that our boy John Cena in this movie, explosion proof. Because they blow up the gas station eventually after the cops talking to him. The other robbers coming out of the store and sees him, decides, oh no, I'll pull out my gun and shoot the cop.
I didn't understand that. Why he walks
Like,
right
he's
up behind him?
crazy. They're all crazy, which means there's no way that guy didn't just shoot some random person on the street before the robbery was even in progress.
Right? It's so weird. It's so weird.
No way this robbery could have gone on.
I turned my
But yeah,
mic off for that one.
So, shootout, their car's totaled. Okay, we'll steal this SUV with this lady in it. John Cena gets angry about it, tries to run out of there, gets hit in the face with a fire hydrant, I think.
Which a fire extinguisher.
Fire extinguisher.
Uh-huh.
I swear when he got hit, I saw they put blood on his face, like, oh, he got hit.
Yeah.
Gets up a few seconds later, all woozy, no blood on his face, no mark, nothing whatsoever. They shoot and blow up the gas station. He just gets tossed back like an immortal.
Yeah, he's in the explosion. And I've seen gas station explosions. Anyone who's in that building, they're not there no more. They're gone. Because usually the gas is right underneath all of those tanks and everything in the reservoir tank. And that building is way too close. Way too
most
close.
Things within like 100 yards are gone.
Yeah. They might be visibly there, but they're not alive. The concussive force.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Plus the concussive force alone would turn you into goo. To absolute goo. But no, this man gets blown back, goes, fuck this, I'm getting out of this fucking gas station building, and I am gonna fucking get my wife back. And he goes running, and for some reason, there's a secondary explosion that's like way, 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 way bigger than I would have expected for such a tiny little podunk gas station. But this looked like a nuke going off. And he just goes, nope, let me get in this like obviously fucked up cop car and speed away like it is brand new.
And chasing them down, they pull out machine guns of all sorts, shapes, and sizes and continually shoot the car as he weaves in and out of traffic, gets close, more machine gun fire. It did make one of the best lines in the movie, though.
Uh-huh.
When he tells him, like, shoot the guys. Like, what do you think we're doing? Missing?
Yeah.
God damn it. Yes.
Robert Patrick's
you got a good
delivery.
line in there.
Yeah. Robert Patrick's delivery of that made it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think at that point he realized, I don't need to take myself seriously in this movie.
Oh, did you get that, like, Evil Dead vibe where in the next ones they had to have gone Evil Dead 2 and realized they're making comedies, not action movies?
I hope they realize that personally, because this is a comedy. This is not an action movie. It's an action movie, sure, but I feel like this was an unintentional comedy that was made.
Yeah.
Especially as we watch it now as we're older and everything, and like we've gone through time where some of these things are really not passe or anything anymore, like they're really outdated. Like, yeah, this is an unintentional comedy for sure. But it was funny back then when I remember you and I going over to our buddy's place and watching this.
I remember laughing our asses off half the time. And the one scene that stuck out and made me laugh was the car getting shot up.
Mm-hmm.
Just the amount of bullet holes in it and just driving along.
This thing, it is impervious to fucking damage. Like the engine block is. They unload like hundreds of fucking rounds at him, but not at him. It's like they purposely shot at the car only. Like they didn't want to hit him until at one point that one of them decides, I'm going to shoot him in the fucking face. And John Cena goes, nope. And he grabs the fucking bulletproof vest off the passenger seat. And it strong arms the fucking bulletproof vest, and it gets fucking lit. It gets lit up, and I
forgot about that when he's blocking the bullets, holding the vest up.
I was fucking dying laughing, and Christina's like, "What, is that not possible?" And I was like, "No." I'm like, "Sure, he could hold it up, and it could get hit." I'm like, "He ain't holding it up as it's getting hit and keeping it there." I'm like, them fucking bullets are going to be bouncing his arm around. He's going to be punching himself in the face. I'm like, that's not even including the fact that one of those is a rifle, and it's shooting 223s. I'm like, that's going right through. He's dead still. That does nothing. All it does is keep the glass out of his eyes. That's it. This motherfucker strong-arm bullets from a fucking rifle.
Well, wouldn't even keep the glass out because you already removed the windshield
Oh,
by
you're right.
strong-arming it out of place with a fucking nightstick.
With the nightstick. He's looking around, fumbling around for something. Ooh, nightstick. It goes wham, wham, wham.
He did not use it as like leverage to get it out.
No.
He just braced it on his arm and pushed it out. It's like, I don't think that's what they meant in the script when they said they gets the windshield out. You know what? He's doing it that way. He's doing it that way.
You know what? It's actually a good take. We got it in one. We're moving on.
We don't have another windshield, so
we don't have access to another Camaro that looks like a cop car.
Could, I guess.
Oh my god. This thing gets lit the fuck up, and at no point does it slow down other than when he hits the brakes. You would think this thing would be unable to actually continue to fire those pistons. Like, there's no way. There's no way. And yet this thing, they go through a construction zone.
Several.
And the Camaro does not lose traction in the construction zone, other than one point when they barrel into hit him, and he loses control for a moment, but cuts it right back to keep going. Like,
that was actually the scene they cut out in the beginning of the movie, was John Cena winning the rally track racing and getting the blue ribbon right before he went to save those guys.
Because he cheated and went through the construction zone.
They're like, we're gonna have to take that scene out.
It doesn't seem right because he's cheating. That's not what a Marine would do, boys. They don't cheat. They don't lie. They don't steal. They're not an Eddie Guerrero. God. But no, they chase him. They end up kind of getting ahead. And at this point, we go from this weird construction area in these roads to all of a sudden we're at a swamp now. Like, we were going to the mountains, and now we're at a swamp. So, like, where does this take place? Because they're acting like they're going up to, like, the fucking Rocky Mountains or something. Like,
they said South Carolina.
Is it South? Oh, is it there? I don't remember.
I remember catching South Carolina because I was like, wait a minute, what swamps are they at?
That's what I was thinking.
When he was like, there's no crocodiles, and he's like, what's that? Alligator. Like, okay, yeah, fair, makes sense.
Honestly, missed opportunity in this movie to have John Cena actually fight a fucking alligator.
He should have at least thrown it on the roof.
There was
had to take place in Florida.
There was a couple points where it would have made sense for him to fight an alligator, and we'll get to that, and I'll bring it up. But this actually is one of them in a second. But they get ahead. They're at the swamp. They're like, oh shit, we need to like pull over and wait for him and wait him out. So when we hear him, we'll surprise him by pulling out in front of him, and perpendicular style, where like he can smash into us and we'll be fine. Because obviously physics means nothing in this world. And they do exactly that. And he goes, oh shit. Because, you know, you don't want to just slam straight into another car. And he tries to turn. He somehow gets the wheel, the left wheel under it, and goes airborne off of the thing. And the car starts spinning midair. It's like, they're acting like this thing is 150 feet fucking in the air above them. While
and they are also accurately maintaining aim and firing on this car as it spirals through the air.
And they're smiling about it too. They're having a good time while they do it. It cuts to like each of their faces as they do it, and they're all having a blast. And it's as it turns over just enough, John Cena goes boop and falls out of the fucking thing. How did they not see him? Because they act like he didn't fall out. Like they had no idea. Like, now don't get me wrong, I understand angles, but the angle in which he started the fall, and when the fall actually happened, where he would be out of the vehicle, they should have seen him. They should have known he's not up there anymore. We can shoot down now.
But no, I'm just gonna keep doing what bad villains do.
Now, here is where I believe the first time he should have faced an alligator, because the moment he landed in that water, he should have had to fight an alligator. As they went up to go shoot him in the water, and they go, "Oh, he's dead. He's got to fight an alligator." And then we see like the bubbles and everything of the water after he gets dragged under, and they walk away to get back in the vehicle, and they like start to pull away or try to pull away. So they can't hear any of this, but he gets out of the water, and he's just holding the fucking alligator head, and then he uses that as a shield later on.
I was gonna say we don't even see him pull out the gator, but he swims out with a brand new pair of boots on.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, he slowly becomes Crocodile Dundee over the course of this movie. Alligator John Triton. He gets a Triton. Gator Gary with his Gator Triton. But they find out their vehicle's fucking busted to shit, and they're like, oh wow, yeah, the vehicle's not working no more. Uh-oh. And so they have to put it on foot in a swamp, and they're acting like they can make whatever drop they need to make in like no time. Like, if you're having to hike through a swamp, you ain't making time. That's the one thing. Yeah, that's the one thing you are actually going to get more of that, or you're going to lose out on that you need. Like, no fucking shot. And they're running. Half the time they're running through these swamps. I'm like, this ain't no fucking swamp, bitch. You are next to a river. That's it. That's not a swamp. Like,
yeah, if it was a swamp, it'd be a lot of bends and turns and this is a dead end. I guess we backtracked 15 minutes now.
Yeah. Some of them things they were run on, some of them like islands of trees, should have been doing this as they run on them. Because that shit is soupy.
A lot of dry land.
Dude, it was super dry for a swamp. Like, real dry. Like, they're sitting next to trees and shit kind of dry. Like, falling over trees.
I've never seen South Carolina swamp, so.
Neither have I, but I have to assume that it's swampy. I have swamp in my mind, and I feel like...
I think Everglades, basically.
Yeah, basically. But I'm okay to tone it down a bit. I understand, like, different geographical area, technically. Like, it might be a little bit more dusty in comparison, but still swamp. Still swamp.
Or mangrove trees.
It's still swamp. That's a swamp. That's very swampy and thorny. You don't want to walk through that shit. Fuck that. But yeah, the swamp does not affect them, and it also doesn't affect John Cena whatsoever either, because he's just able to get out and start chasing them immediately. And I have a gripe here at this moment. They hide against that fucking tree, right? Because there's a helicopter overhead. This was made in 2006. Them motherfuckers, the cops in the helicopters, have been using infrared since the 90s. Those cops would have had infrared and just been looking for heat signatures.
Nope, it was just one guy in the helicopter with sunglasses.
Yeah, but it said police.
Couldn't spare a spotter or anything. And binoculars. Nope. One guy with some aviators. You got this, Charlie. Get out there.
And this is a reoccurring issue in this movie. Every time. Like, there's supposed to be a ton of cops. We only ever see like one or two at a time. Normally one. And you're like, wait a second. No. It's a helicopter. There should be like 3 dudes in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, 2 pilots, and then the dude who's actually operating the camera. The infrared camera. Like, what the fuck is happening here?
Then maybe also a different guy who's like, I'm a captain. Fuck it, I want to go in the whirlybird today.
I'm gonna bring my tranquilizer gun. I'm gonna trank me some boys. That would have made it more interesting if they were having to outrun the helicopter because they were like trying to trank the shit out of them or something.
3 darts is too many.
God, but they finally get to some sort of civilization. They get to like a shack on the river. Yeah, it's like a shack or like technically it's a bar, and it's actually like a fucking swanky bar on the inside, which is weird.
Yeah, it's a little too nice in there.
Way too fucking. I have some gripes about this too, but we'll get there in a second.
Like clean glass.
They're acting like this place hasn't been fucking inhabited in years, and yet there's not a drop. There's not a speck of dust.
All right, but
there's cold beer.
No, all right. There's my gripe: is they send the guy out to get the generator started, and he gets it going.
Mm-hmm.
Power's going, lights go on. They immediately grab beers out of the fridge, like, "Hey, the refrigerator just turned on after 2 years of not being on. Cold beer." Like, no, not at all. It's going to take an hour for the fridge to get cold even.
There was condensation on the motherfuckers. I noticed that immediately. I was like, what the fuck? And not only that there was a Fiji water bottle sitting on one of those tables. No motherfucker in that bayou is drinking Fiji water. I'm sorry. They're not stocking Fiji water in that swanky-ass bar in the middle of the swamp.
There's some rich guys like, Yes, I'd like to reserve the shitty lodge for the season, but could you stock it with Fiji water?
Please. Please. And also, can you stock the riverbed in front of it with Fiji water too, please? I'd like to go for a swim. But the bad guys see the cops there at that fucking shack, right? And again, another gripe with how they portray the cops, because this is not how cops would be. But there's one cop in the boat, and he pulls up to the place, and there's other cops who like had driven there or something that checked the place out, and fucking they separate again, and the boat cop is by himself and just fucking bitches off to somewhere. It's like there'd be like 8 dudes in that fucking boat. There'd be like 8, maybe 6, but there'd be more than one for sure.
Do you think the helicopter pilot and the boat guy are like the 2 brothers that are qualified to be on those, and they're like, nope, no one else on. You don't have the certification.
Nope, sorry, you're not certified. You don't even know how to put on a life vest, Jimmy.
Like, but this is an emergency. We're doing something important. Nope. You did pass the test.
We stick to the rules here. We are boat patrol. We're not some silly highway patrolmen. But we cut corners.
Rules.
We don't cut corners here. We don't go and get gas at some random gas station in the middle of nowhere. If we're highway patrol, we stay on the highway.
You know what they say? You cut corners on the bayou, you end up on the shore.
Speaking of which, John Cena finds the same place because he's tracking them, right? But not before a side quest.
Oh God, I forgot side quest.
He is running along, hears a weird sound and immediately stops running. Goes, what is that? And he's looking around, and then a net covers him. Oh, and we forgot to say, when he came out of the water, he had a fucking gas station knife on him that he was running with. Where? Okay, I know he was at the gas station.
It was the bad guy they shot because they wanted to keep the crazier bad guy.
That's how the knife came to be.
Huh? Sorry, you're least crazy. Kapow! And he dropped his knife.
It just dropped it to the ground, and then it popped up for John Cena. I wouldn't doubt it. He had some magical powers in this movie, like the power of anti-chair technology. Because he goes up in the net and it swallows him, and it's actually the cinematography for that scene is actually really nice. I did enjoy that a lot. It was a fun scene overall. But what I didn't like was that he did this like power swipe move that you do in a video game where you hit Y for your power attack and you swipe across and you do like an AoE slash attack, and he cut himself out of the rope or out of the net like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. How? He didn't have the leverage.
Paper mache.
Was it going so fast that his feet had yet to realize that they weren't cemented to the ground, so he had no leverage to pivot off of? So he was able to just do it like Looney Tunes, where you don't look down and you don't fall?
Well, maybe it was because he didn't look. He was able to cut.
If
you would have looked, no good.
No good. The knife is infinitely sharp if you don't see it.
That or the net couldn't see him and missed.
What if he actually did fall through the net because he didn't know he was there?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I just have to shake my molecules a certain way, and I phase through everything because I ain't here. You don't see me.
So it's more of incorporeal is why you can't see John Cena rather than just invisibility.
Yeah, he's constantly phasing in and out between the world that the quantum realm and here. Yeah, it's a constant phasing. He needs some sort of like PIM particles to kind of stabilize himself.
How many bad guys did we start with? Like 5?
So there's Robert Patrick's character. There's the African-American guy who blows up the cop car in the very beginning and shoots the cop at the gas station. There is the dude who fights Captain America one day. The actor who plays the guy with the dual guns inside of the diamond heist, that guy with the red shirt, that their friend, he fights Captain America in the elevator, in
God.
in the second in the Winter Soldier, and then becomes what's his face and fights him again, and then Wanda kills him by throwing
Wait,
him up in the
Frank
air.
Frank
Uh,
Grillo?
yeah,
Grillo?
Grillo. Yeah, whatever his name is. Yeah, same actor. Same actor.
I didn't even realize that was him, honestly.
You want to know how you know? The birthmark right here.
Hmm.
It's the same birthmark. He has it because it's a birthmark, obviously, but it's part of his face. But yeah, same actor. I feel bad that he was in this movie, but brothers gotta get paid. I feel bad for anybody in this movie.
Sometimes you just need that check.
I swear to God, the $15 million budget, like 8 of it went to getting fucking Robert Patrick.
And a lot of the rest of it went into Sparks.
God, seriously, there was a lot of sparks in this movie. Even with this scene too, because John Cena gets fucking jumped immediately by 2 backwoods boys, and I don't know if they're like fucking moonshine runners or what, or like drug runners.
I think you see him packing up like bricks of some sort of drugs later on in a duffel bag.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what the drug was, but it did have like a brick look, so maybe it was like heroin or cocaine or something.
Shady swamp drug.
Yeah, it's like some sort of gator. Oh God, what if it was that gator drug where it makes you eat people and you lose your skin?
There's also the possibility with those two that it could have been just been gator semen.
It could have. You know what? Dehydrated gator semen probably goes for a lot of money, brother. Probably sells big with them rich folk.
You mix it in your tea.
It's probably why they didn't. That's probably why they didn't believe him when he said he wasn't a cop, because they were too high on that gator semen. Snorting up way too much dehydrated gator semen.
Yeah, so he gets pulled on a side quest and has to
jump 20 feet in the air with a chair.
Yeah, like
he's tied to it.
Yeah, he's tied to the chair and is like, backflip.
Not before headbutting the guy, like as if he had leverage to headbutt.
Well, you get him to lean in close, you can always headbutt him.
Yeah, like a quick one. But he headbutted him as if he had headbutted him with the power of 1,000 suns. Because that dude flew back. He was like, oh. And then he did a super sumo fucking flip in the air and landed on the chair to get out of it.
He's not explosion proof. He is Kevin Bacon's character from that X-Men movie. He absorbed it.
Yeah.
And released it all in the headbutt.
That makes a lot. Oh my fucking God. This is, you know what? This is all tying back to fucking Peacemaker somehow. That was one of the helmets. It's invisible, so you can't see it happen.
Yeah.
But he whoops ass in this, and then takes one of their guns, I think, like a shotgun or something. He takes something of theirs and starts running. Like he hits them both and stuns them, and then fucking books it. And goddamn, does he look funny when he sprints, man? He's so fucking swole, he can't run normal.
It's almost that controlled jog.
Yeah. It's fucking weird looking, dude. It's fucking weird looking. But he ends up getting back on the main quest. He realized I've leveled up enough. I got some like gear that's outside of this like level for this quest that I'm doing now for the main quest. So I'm going to just power through. And he does. He makes it all the way to the same fucking shack, fucking high-end shack bar in the middle of nowhere.
Right. That's another grievance I got.
Okay,
right there.
Good.
It hurts. He's knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
He is brought to a compound where he is tied up. Immediately gets out of there. This way, go, and immediately finds where he's going.
I think because he's very much like a bloodhound, he picked up the scent immediately and just started following. Because
he can smell the explosion-proof STD he left on his wife.
It's a distinct smell. It's like a very like a glycopropylene kind of smell.
A little acrid, but
you know what? It actually soothes the nostrils after a bit. After a few,
it'll clear your sinuses right up.
Yeah, no, he gets right back on track. Now, there's another gripe I have actually. He keeps following tracks as if he's like an excellent tracker, right? A couple of those fucking tracks were not indents; they were external. They were sitting on top of the dirt. They weren't in the dirt. As if they stepped and raised the dirt with their step.
Well, yeah, that's how gravity works in the swamp.
It
goes up for a little bit, but then stops.
We should just make new levels of dirt by stepping. It looked so weird, but I noticed a couple of the tracks weren't indents. They were the opposite.
No, I'm assuming they were poorly done with. Hey, we need to make a track here. It's not making it good in this dirt. Well, put a shovel full of mud there and step in that.
God, seriously, something. It looked awful. It looked really bad, but that might be why he was able to actually chase after them so easily, because the tracks were so easily noticeable because they weren't indents. They were raised up off the ground so much that they were almost eye line level the entire time.
That's how he stayed full run the whole time.
He just sprinted the entire time. He only had one strip of sweat going straight down the middle. That was it. Just straight down the middle. But he made it.
Then finds it and knows it's them.
Okay, this is another gripe I have. He knows to sneak up to it. How? Because he's going through the brush. He's like, I gotta be all sneaky. I gotta get.
Yeah, he hasn't been sneaky at any other part the whole time.
At all. At fucking all. And yet now he's like, I gotta be sneaky.
I'm in a chase full sprint, except for this exact moment when it's perfectly necessary.
And we don't get to see him cross the river. We don't know how he gets across and stays dry, but he does. I have to assume that
I couldn't see him.
You know what? God damn it, you're right. This is also why his character's first name is John, so that the powers translate better.
Otherwise, none of this would make sense.
None of it would, because like it also makes the same amount of sense as the African American guy's like gripe with rock candy. Like, I know why with the camp counselor and the diddlin, essentially, and taking up offers that you shouldn't take.
Mm-hmm.
I was expecting a different payoff with this. I know we have seen it years ago, but I had forgotten about this.
Oh yeah.
So I couldn't remember what was coming. They could have done a flashback with this and just did something funny. But why did they have to make it so completely dark, like he got diddled? But now we have to watch him die. Well, maybe not watch him die, but know he's about to die, which is another gripe that I actually have too.
That all happened off screen for him?
That, and okay, so the moment John Cena sneaks up to this place, I argue this movie became a horror movie.
Because people just started disappearing?
Uh-huh.
And no one seems to be worried about it?
Nobody's worried about it. Not only that, the old Hollywood fucking horror trope of the fucking black person dies first happens in this.
Hey, we went in this really creepy lodge in the middle of the swamp with something that's scary chasing us. And the African American guy went outside to fix something. Has been gone for a few minutes now. We're not worried whatsoever.
It took him less than a minute to turn on the fucking generator from
we
walking
told him
outside.
To turn on the generator, and it's on, and he didn't.
Didn't come back. God damn! Now
fine.
That reminds me, the car chase scene. We forgot to say that they make a Terminator reference, and fucking Robert Patrick looks at the camera pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
We get a fourth wall break in this movie.
It would have been better if he gave a wink.
Oh my god, it would have been so much better. Would have been so, and if he like did some sort of morph where it, like, for a moment it actually looks like this is cut straight out of Terminator 2 for a second. like during the chase scene in the little viaduct area where he's chasing little John Connor he's on the dirt bike and he's driving the semi.
That or is they're chasing down the highway and they're shooting at that cop car. Have a semi chasing a dirt bike going the opposite way.
Yes.
And just have him do a quick little like.
Like, that's weird. Like deja vu.
Huh. I feel like I'm doing that too.
And then have the lady be like, "What's wrong, honey?" "Nothing. I know what I'm doing over there."
Nothing, Mrs. Connor.
Oh my god. But yeah, he takes out the black guy first. and does it in such a way where it makes it seem like he cut his balls off or something, because he does like a whoosha, but he's at ball height when he does that. He's not at chest height or neck height. He's at fucking ball height.
Yeah, it wasn't quick.
It was not quick. And how did nobody hear this fight? I know the generator's on. I know music was playing. But after that one singular song, music stopped playing and they were still fighting.
Mm-hmm. Stuff was breaking. There was a clatter.
God.
I cared.
He broke through like a wall in there, down there too, to attack him and shit. Like all of this sound, no one heard it. And then that's when we get to the fresh cold beers that should not exist next to Fiji water.
And then when they send the other guy out to look for him, like he comes out all casual, like, I don't see him around immediately. Pull the gun. Like, dude, you're going out there and have no idea where your buddy is. You might want to go out there with the gun at the ready. Like,
he is drinking.
What are you doing?
2-year-old recently re-cold, like super freezed beer, because that's the only way it could be cold again, is it was super freezed real fast. But like that beer is tainted. He's not thinking right. He's not thinking at first like, oh, I gotta go make sure my buddy's okay. What he's thinking is, am I gonna be okay? Because did I drink something that's gonna kill me in 20 minutes? It won't matter.
Yes, he did.
I mean, it did. But yeah, he's like, remember his friend's name was, I don't remember the character's name, but like he says his name, and then John Cena, again, horror movie John Cena in The Marine, goes after this guy, and luckily this time he's smarter about it and knocks the fucking gun into the water, but takes him out, and then we cut to him dragging the fucking body like it's nothing.
Putting him with his collection.
Oh my god, this is such a fucking horror movie at this point. Like, and then
this could be the prequel to a very, very dark horror movie.
God.
Like, now that lodge is haunted by the Marine who kills anyone who comes there.
Fucking he cut one guy's balls off. We don't even know really how he killed the other guy. We just know that he was able to ragdoll him over like he was like a fucking baby doll. And then the cop we see earlier, or whatever he is, I don't know if he's FBI cop or whatever, but he shows up with John Cena, and John Cena just is cool with this guy being here with his body collection.
Did you call for backup for your murder? Like, these robbers that stole all the diamonds killed one person in the place and then blew up a cop car. Like, John, you're murdering people left and right out here, man.
God, this whole movie could have ended way differently because of what he did by the end of this. Because he's done some horrible shit already, and it's only gonna get worse. Like, fucking this dude that we see, the cop. We know that for some reason we know John Cena knows that this guy's cool to be around. How? I don't know. He doesn't show him a badge or anything that I remember. He's just in a suit. I guess John Cena's like, oh, he's in a suit. He must be government. Why would a guy in a suit be out in the middle of this?
Yeah. Suit and a gun. Clearly a good guy.
Gotta be. So they go in together to stop Robert Patrick. And Robert Patrick's like, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. And then we find out this dude is the guy that Robert Patrick's been talking to on the phone the entire fucking time in this movie. Which I think we all kind of knew, because why else would this guy be over here by this point? But if you didn't know, this was your time to know. And it's still, nobody's worried about these other two dudes. The dude who got his balls cut off, the other dude who we don't really know how he died, but he got ragdolled over to the side into the body collection. No one's asked about them. Robert Patrick's character completely forgets they exist by this point.
He never cared.
There's no way, right? He just didn't. So we're down to Robert Patrick, the lady he is abusive to but sleeps with, the driver, and then John Triton's wife. And they're escaping and everything, and we find out that the cop is dirty, and so we get more sparks flying, and John Triton is somehow bulletproof too, because I don't know how you could not hit that man with how close they all were, especially with how slowly he jumped over the bar itself.
Well, that was the trick. aimed ahead. They're like, he's gonna jump over real fast, shoot ahead of him. He's like, slow, whoa. They're like, we can't hit something in slow motion.
It's impossible. We don't know where it'll end up. But he makes it out, and then Robert Patrick gets in the boat and stuff, and they go to, or no, was it the boat? No, the car. They get in the car, and he shoots the generator, and the entire fucking building blows up in a bigger explosion than the fucking gas station.
Yeah, because he didn't learn explosion proof.
Explosion
You
proof.
idiot.
And his John Triton's wife is laughing at that point because she knows about the STD, and she's probably real happy for it in this moment. She's like,
I've been itching the past day. I know I've got it.
You can't do shit to me. But this man they drive away in a car, and fucking John Triton escapes because he jumps out of the building, and the force of the kinetic force of the explosion pushes him into the water 30 feet away from the door, which he jumps out the door and does this, right? He's right in front of the door. The door is
Rides
like
the explosion like a goddamn body surfer.
seriously, because it's like 30 feet away from the fucking water. There's no way, unless he knew I have to ride this wave. This is some sick waves, brother. You can't pass up on this opportunity. And this is where I argue the second time he should have fought an alligator.
Had that cop come and save him from the alligator.
Yes,
And then throw the cop
to the alligator. Oh my god, same. Yes, that's literally what I was gonna say. Was him go? I'm not a cop. I called you guys. Stop. Throws him at the alligator. So instead of handcuffing him, he just gets eaten. So he's written off. So we don't even have for all we know, that man was still eaten by an alligator. He got handcuffed in the middle of a goddamn swamp. Right?
Yes, he's dead.
He's dead.
Bitten by a snake, attacked by a gator. He's not with the living.
He handcuffed him and left him. I was like, that man's gonna die as soon as the water rises. Oh my god! But he then gets on the boat and starts hauling ass down the river, right? Going and weaving in and out.
He knows the way through the swamp,
and he knows which way the car went too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's listening to the fucking transponder radio on there, and they're like, mind you, at this point, the bad guys have now switched to a semi truck, right? Because the lady, like, flags the semi truck down. He's like, "Hey, lady, you want to ride?" Yeah. And then she blows his brains out. We don't get to see it, but we hear the gunshot, and now they're in that. But the cops already know about it, and they're like, I don't know how personally, because no cars drove by during that time when they did that. Like, how did they even know to fucking try and flag a car down, or that they would even be able to get a car before the Terminator John Cena comes after them? Like, and how the cops knew, that astounds me, because then John Cena knows. He goes, "Oh, I'm right next to that road. I just need to keep following this river." And
I'm 5 miles away.
how does he know? Like, what are the presumption he's in an area he doesn't know?
If you didn't know, Google Maps is actually a direct link to John Triton.
He has it built into his arm for
he is Google Maps. We get it from him.
The power of time travel is found through him, and that's why we got the Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt, which is a sequel.
Just science.
No, but he's like, he knows where to go, and I'm not gonna lie to you, because I couldn't remember everything that happened in this movie. I legitimately turned to Christina and I was like, I don't know why, but I feel like he's gonna drive the boat onto the road and hit the car, and he's gonna perfectly find them, like on the highway.
Maneuver the car with the boat.
Yeah, like at this point, I was invested in that happening because of how ridiculous this fucking movie is. But that doesn't happen. The cops on the transponder say exactly the fucking like marina, like fucking, I don't even know what this is. It was like a marina slash like wood production, yeah, something. It was weird. It was something. It's some lady's name, Marina, right? And he's like, I know exactly where that fucking is. I'm going straight to it. They
got an Andy J there one time.
The old glory hole. But so he knows where that is. The bad guys who have been spotted near this marina, right? When they did the crime of killing the truck driver, okay? So are you with me here? They know they're near this marina. It's daylight when they did this, when they killed the truck driver. When they finally get to the marina, it's fucking pitch black out. How are they both? Did they go in circles for like 2 hours before finally hitting the marina?
Well, they had to teach themselves to drive that semi truck to get down the road 5 miles.
And it's
a lot harder than people think.
I mean, and you want to look like you're a natural at it, like you've been doing it for years. You don't want them to think this is like someone who's never driven stick. Otherwise, that sticks out.
So practiced enough to be able to go around in circles in the truck parking. If you would have landed the boat on the back of that truck, that would have been amazing.
I would have fucking loved it. But he doesn't do that. He runs onto the fucking thing and gets on. And he jumps onto it. They're like, what the fuck is that? So they start driving into like actual built construction, like building, basically shacks, essentially. And he muscles right through. He just holds on to the side of the truck. And here's another gripe I got. I'll give you the first building that he survives that little like fucking like chicken coop kind of thing. I'll give you that. It would hurt real bad, but I could see him still holding on. Where I don't see him surviving is when his neck gets fucking cut off, or his head gets cut off through his neck from the fucking corrugated fucking roofing of the second building. That shit hit him in the neck. He shouldn't be alive.
The second building did knock him off.
But the corrugated, the roofing should have killed him. Now, he's explosion proof.
The first building should have killed him.
But, okay, so he's explosion proof, right? I'll give you that. Because of STDs. Does he have another STD that makes him fucking metal proof, too? Like, that motherfucker should have been in ribbons going through that second one.
Might be a side effect of the first one.
It allocates like shrapnel, but it doesn't realize everything can be shrapnel, so he's actually just impervious to everything.
It doesn't know any different.
Even time is considered shrapnel, so it does not affect him. Which is another thing. They do a close-up at one point on the back of his head in this movie. No bald spot. It's not there yet. This is pre-bald spot John Cena. But we culminate. Do you remember how the girlfriend, the bad guy's girlfriend dies?
That's my favorite part of this whole movie.
Okay.
He yanked her out of the truck in front of a bus. And she gets splattered. Like, it is the best evil hero move ever.
He grabs her by her ankle and throws her out. And she goes sideways in front of it. And just goo makes it through the bus with the diamonds.
And the diamonds scatter with the broken glass, and they're gone forever.
And all the goo. She got literally turned to goo.
But then
forgot that he whips her side up.
How does he get blown up the first time?
The first explosion?
Yeah.
In the movie?
The bad guy.
Oh, the very first explosion the bad guy has to deal with is the cop car. He's too close to it.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. Like, he had almost had it, but explosions did get him.
Yes. Yeah, because they fight each other. And it's, for some reason, Robert Patrick's character can somehow take on John Cena. It's like John Cena's too wet and glistening, so he's now visible no matter what. Like, I can actually see him in the moonlight.
Yeah, he just started looking for random stuff to hit him with.
He found a chain and hit him with that at one point. But finally...
got a chainsaw and tried to hit him with that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he goes down on him with the chainsaw. And fucking John Triton
locks
grabs...
it with a friggin' wrench.
A pipe wrench, which, okay, I understand there's going to be tools around it. No ifs, ands, or buts. This is like some weird like wood production place or something, I think. But why a pipe wrench?
Yeah, what are you doing that involves a chainsaw and a pipe wrench?
And a pipe wrench. What is the
Two
job?
different jobs.
Not for some people, probably, though. Like, when I installed my toilet 10 years ago, I feel like I could have done that with a chainsaw and a pipe wrench. It probably would have gone better.
Yeah, that's true.
At least it would have been easier to size up. But we like this is the ultimate final battle showdown. And unfortunately for John Triton, who by his last name you would think that he also has the power of like be able to breathe underwater, but that's not an STD that type power that he has. It's just a regular innate power. His wife doesn't get that one. Because she gets driven off into the water in the semi after the bad guy jumped out and is drowning while the fight takes place. The first part of the fight, the first fight. So John Triton beats Robert Patrick finally with the pipe wrench and gets the chainsaw away from him by knocking it away, which I understand. Chainsaw, if you're only doing this like downward motion like this, will always lose to pipe wrench in a defense if the pipe wrench is being used in defense.
I don't know. There's no way that wouldn't have slid into a hand.
Oh, it would have. Yes, I'm just saying the pipe wrench itself would have withstood the blow from the chainsaw. Like if you had to bet between a chainsaw and a pipe wrench, like just touching, like not knowing anything, pipe wrench is gonna win versus them teeth on the chainsaw. Like it just is what it is. But he throws him into the fire. Like a fire breaks out. He throws him in there and he goes to save his wife. And his wife doesn't have the underwater breathing STD. So he's got to rip the bar off that she's like handcuffed to. And he's got to breathe life back into her. But he just can't do it until he just cracks her ribs and finally she wakes up.
And I'm just putting this out there. That bar wasn't like a structural part of the truck.
No. That should have came off easy.
She easily should have been able to like lift it up and unhook it from what it was on, or just pull it down.
It's screwed into what looks like basically corkboard for a wall. Like I feel like she just had to put her feet up against the back and pull slightly, and it would have very easily come out. Like that's more just to hang the guy's like extra shirt that has like slightly less holes in it when he has to go speak to management.
Yeah,
like that's not an oh shit bar.
But yeah, he 8 broken ribs, gets her to breathe.
She's breathing fine, by the way. Like doesn't even spit up water. Like she didn't even swallow water. None of it went into her lungs. Either that or he breathed it out of her. I don't even know at this point.
And because the fire was not as hot as like molten metal, T-1000 comes back out. He does. And they start fighting again, but this time like he had a chain to beat up John Cena with. And it went from thriller horror movie of the monster that is snagging people out from the cabin to scary monster horror movie. Gore.
This again, yeah, we do go right back to horror. You're right, because this was fucking like this could scar a kid seeing this scene. Like the man, he wraps the chain around his neck, throws him into the air, like literally throws the man into the air and pulls the chain back and hangs him like that. This is like some Jason X shit. Jason in space. Like that's the level this reaches by this point. God damn. And then the cops finally show up, and somehow there's like a million fucking cops now. Just a fucking million of them show up and are like slamming on their brakes in front of the building. John Triton don't care though. He's got to make out with his wife. It's baby making time.
Yeah.
That's where it ends.
Made how many sequels? How many now are there, Derek?
There are, I think altogether there's 6 of these movies. I think it's 6.
Like 7 too many.
God, seriously. Yeah, 6 is the last one was made in 2018. Yeah, okay, so so I haven't seen any of these. Okay, so there's the Marine 2, which has Ted DiBiase Jr. as the main role. Ted DiBiase. God. And then from 3 to 6, it's all The Miz. And they're all straight to home video type shit too. Like the bargain bin at Walmart, like the $5, but you get like 6 movies in one type of deal.
Or for $5, you get 4, 5, and 6 all in one case.
Exactly. But the funny part is like the producer of this movie Really only did this and a couple other things. What's his name? John Bonito. This was like his first major thing. He did a couple other things. I looked at his IMDb. There wasn't much there. But this one was the big one for him, and then he never touched this type of shit again. But I think he worked for WWE Films. That's why he got the job, I believe, because this was distributed through 20th Century Fox.
And 20 people ahead of him quit when they realized what it was.
God damn. But what an introduction into WWE Films, huh, brother?
Now blame Alex for the rest of them.
Yeah. Tell him every time that he doesn't show up for fucking work, this happens.
We're watching something terrible.
Especially when he preemptively tells us he's not going to be here. It just makes it even easier to watch it. It gives us time.
Ahead of time.
I gotta ask though, would you recommend this movie?
I mean, to watch and enjoy, no.
As a case study?
Yes. As a, how can STDs be a viable thing for the human population? You find the one that makes you explosion proof.
It's like when you're playing one of those games where you got to breed the animals and find the best like genetics, and you stumble upon like a weird combo that makes them explosion proof. So then you just exploit that the entire time.
I was just chinchilla and Tukey bird.
Oh, well, a wizard chinchilla though, because fireball. Of course. But yeah, I don't think I would recommend this movie other than as like a case study kind of thing too. Like watch it, have some fun. It's okay to see one time, especially if you're a huge fan of John Cena and you haven't seen him act in much other than like newer stuff like Peacemaker, where he's actually like a pretty decent actor nowadays.
He's gotten much better.
He's leagues over The Rock, like hands down. Like I think. I haven't seen that new movie The Rock has done where he's apparently made people cry and stuff, but the vast majority of The Rock's filmography, I think Cena easily trumps as an actor nowadays. This is like Peacemaker, Suicide Squad on, where he actually has been given some chance to really be an actor.
Yeah.
But yeah, otherwise, yeah. If you've all seen it, let us know down below. Did you like this movie? Are you mad at how we dissected this movie?
Yeah, if this happens to be your favorite movie, I don't care. It wasn't good. I didn't like it.
I just have one question: why? And a follow-up question: Pinche por qué? Por qué? But if you like today's episode, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It greatly helps out. Check out the description down below for all of our links, like to our merch store. We also have our Discord and our subreddit page where you can post pretty much anything you want, actually. Like, I post stuff every once in a blue moon, but it's all wrestling related. But, it doesn't have to be. Post something. Tell me I'm dumb. Tell me I'm bald. I got it right there. This is not our merch. This is AEW merch. So,
do you prefer brown squirrels or gray squirrels?
Yeah. Do you prefer listening to the Brown Note in short bursts or in like 9-hour blocks?
Well, it's got to be that long block, I think.
Otherwise, how do you get through the day? You know what I mean? Like, that's the only way I get through work is I listen to the Brown Note all day. I could put up with anything if I listen to the Brown Note.
It's easy to tone out everything else.
I don't know if I could withstand The Miz being the main character of a movie for a long period of time, especially sequels.
Well, looks like we got 3 of them.
We have to see Ted DiBiase first, though. We got to go through that.
I think we could watch them out of order and not know the difference.
You know what? I got to look into this. Maybe you're supposed to. Maybe this is one of those like 2 is actually 6, like should be the last one, but 3 through 6 is actually 2 through 5.
No.
But it made sense to you.
Right.
It made sense to you, though.
It does.
It does. Title card. Oh, okay. Let's say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Buenos noches, Night Shift. Fucking goddamn John Cena with his dumbass movie. Fucking bald dude on fucking night off being like, hey, let's watch a fucking John Cena the Marine movie. This will be great. What a douchebag.